now you got Boots Ennis who's in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know.
Man, great. Bud always been like that. Without a question, solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid.
You think there's anything left for him, coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight going
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, split Islam. He looked at excellent.
Is there anybody
most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160. Possibly going. Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying in the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
Stay away from it. And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating. You know.
The world has been shocked again by Terence "Bud" Crawford. After beating Canelo Alvarez and becoming the first person in history to be unbeaten in 3 weight classes, Crawford did a live interview.
Everything you said about fighting not being there spiritually, mentally, you think that might have affected Canelo, or that was just a skill difference was too wide?
You know, I do think he was a little mentally tired. He's been at that level for a long time.
Right.
He's fought 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said timing was everything. Perfect timing. Everything.
That's right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was mentally tired, but you got to give Crawford his credit, man. To keep your mind that mentally fresh and sharp and go out there and perform like that, that's a win itself. Not even just beating your opponent. For your mind to be that fresh, come fight night.
It's a reason.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so
Yeah, it's good.
it's a no-brainer.
Of course, congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
He's all set to fight Jaron Ennis. That's right. People try to stay away from him because he is one of the most dangerous young boxing winners. The man who used to be known as the GOAT is now lining up shoes in front of us. The torch may be being passed on in this fight. This fight could be the result of a string of mistakes or the moment when Crawford shows he can't be beat. Let's break it down. Terence Crawford not only beat Canelo Alvarez, but he also changed the way fighting is done. Everyone had doubts about him before the fight. Canelo is a natural 168-pound beast. Could a fighter who made his name at 135, 140, and 147 pounds really handle him?
Bud go to 160. I think Bud should do what he want to do. Are you going to the Crawford parade on Saturday? I believe I am going. Yes, I believe that I am going. I have to look at my schedule and stuff.
Crawford didn't just make it, though. He was in charge. He outboxed, fought, and outclassed Canelo for 12 rounds, which led to a unanimous decision. He was moving faster than Canelo could keep up with.
Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so
yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. Mm-hmm. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he's definitely one of the greatest of all time, for sure.
Just because he beat Canelo, that one didn't make him the undisputed champion. In terms of pound for pound, It made him the best boxer in the world. There's no reason or argument. Crawford really is the man.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
And it wasn't a question of whether he was great after that fight. The question was, is he the best person ever? But brilliance always has to do with the end goal.
Terence Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
It's been years since Jaron Ennis first heard of Crawford. With 30 wins and 30 knockouts, he has never lost. At welterweight, the fighter's opponents made it clear that they didn't want to face him. People who were against him said in public that they didn't want to face him. In the ring, Boots is quick, powerful, and mean. Plus, he's only 27 years old, so he's still in his prime.
A lot of people compare Ennis with Crawford, but Ennis always says he's got a completely different style, and the only similarity is they both switch. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. Me personally, I think that Terence Crawford boxes a hell of a lot more in the moment, phenomenal fighter in the moment. And I think Ennis is a lot more of a chess player.
Fans have often thought about what might happen if Crawford, the skilled mechanic, ran into Boots, the hungry young lion. It's no longer just a fantasy either. Crawford has said that he will make the fight happen.
About the Terence Crawford fight. I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering those questions, you know. And if a fight happened, it happened. You know, I wanted it to happen, but if not. Yeah.
During a live interview after the Canelo fight, Crawford did not avoid the subject. He said he's open to Boots when asked about it. The world of boxing went crazy. Why? Crawford wasn't required to take part in this fight. He could quit now. He might go down in history as a legend if he stays unbeaten at 42-0. Instead, he's talking about Boots, a fighter that most of them don't talk about.
That's the fight that everybody wants to see. Yeah. I want to do it.
Do you respect him as like when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so...
I understand it, but don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said you never heard nothing else back about it. So right. I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net, acting like this.
That is why Crawford has so many fans. He does more than just fight in big fights. Some people tell him he should stay away from fights, but he still does them.
What do you like watching now?
Terence Crawford, one of my favorites to watch now. I love Terence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight. And you know who else I like to watch though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, I love watching Boots. Boots got game.
I love fighting.
People don't understand, Boots got game. You know what I mean? Every now and then he messes on the defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me for me to say that he gonna beat Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford is a different kind of animal. You feel me? Proven stud. You understand where I'm coming from? But Boots, if anybody could be Bud in the future, it would probably be a Boots, because Boots got enough tool to be in.
What weight class will Crawford and Ennis be in? Boots is the WB. Crawford is the welterweight champion right now at 147 pounds. Crawford moved on from that group. He began boxing at 150 pounds and shocked everyone when he hit 168 pounds. He most likely won't go back to welterweight. Most likely, this fight will happen at 150 pounds, but it could happen at 160. Boots are able to rise up. Crawford is 38 years old, so 154 or 160 makes sense. He probably doesn't want to keep emptying his body.
Hello, first things first. A lot has been made about your sparring session with Boots, with Boots Ennis. How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always wanna great sparring because there is the thing, right? And I have history with the family because 14 years ago, his older brother helped me for Sugar Shane Motley and Alfonso Gomez. So it's Derek Ennis. So he helped me. So he was 14 years old at that time, by the way. And was good, very good. And I'm very grateful with him because he made that time to go and give me a...
To be honest, that's when things get risky because Crawford is slower at heavier weights, but smarter. Boots is still getting bigger and stronger, even though he is young. The exciting thing about the clash is how it changes things. This is a strange view. Boots helped Canelo get ready for the fight with Crawford.
Ready? Man. Yeah, of course, baby. Going this way? Man. You know, it's a fight you ain't gonna want to miss, man. One time back. I told you the comeback 2025 is the key.
What do you think about Ennis joining Canelo for the Crawford camp?
Hey, good stuff. You think that matters? That's beautiful. Anywhere. That's beautiful, man. You know, when you...
It's a good move.
That's world class. That's, you know, I mean, it's the best switch hitter he can get. That's not his opponent, you know. His champions working with champions, you know. In the modern day and age, man, you don't get that a lot, you know. It reminds me back when I was supposed to fight Mark with Maidana, and I got Sean Porter for sparring.
Thank you, boss. You're the best.
You know, so I like it.
That's right. Boots sparred with Hanelo to get ready. But he was also part of the plan to find Crawford.
He's not me.
Yeah.
You know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities and, you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, you know, and I'm not him. So,
yeah. Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Bentley.
Yeah, like once again, like he's not me. You know, he's trying to get to where I'm at. You know, he's where he at, I'm where I'm at. You know, he got a long way to go.
Canelo lost, though, which was funny. Think about this. Boots knows what it's like to be back at camp and wait for Bud. He also knows what it's like to beat someone. Boots knows what it's like to beat up someone he was pulling for. I'm sorry, should Crawford give up? Did you hear what someone said the other day? It's true. Because I said it about Usyk. We often try to get people to quit, don't we? Do you get what I mean? As I've already said, I think Usyk should step down now. Why do you want him to retire? Everyone asks. I think that quitting right now would be a great way for him to end his career. I also think Crawford could drop to 160 pounds and win a world title. That would make him a 5 or 6 division champion, since he already has titles at 135, 140, 147, and 154 pounds. That being said, Terence Crawford will only want to fight for very large sums of money, and there aren't many fights that can bring in that much cash. So it looks like Shakur, who is obviously very close to him, says, yes, maybe that's it. It's not just a fight in this match. It's about you. Boots might see the game as a chance to make things right. The way Crawford wore her coat could be seen as a way to make a point. The person who tried to beat me was trained by you, but I still beat them. I'm going to beat you again now. Boxing is getting a lot of attention. Max Kellerman is one of the critics who thinks Crawford should keep fighting. He has shown that he can beat anyone, no matter how heavy they are. Some people, like Eddie Hearn, think Crawford should retire clean and keep his legacy alive.
Should Crawford retire?
Do you know what? Someone said the other day, and it's very true because I actually said it about Usyk. We've got a real tendency, haven't we, to kind of try and retire people off. Do you know what I mean? Like I said with Usyk, I think now he should retire. And everyone's like, why do you want him to retire? It's like, I just think it's a great way to go out. I actually also think that Crawford could move down and win a world title at 160. And that would make him, what, 6 division champ? 5, 35, 40, 47, 54, 6 division champion. But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want to fight for big money, and there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, who's obviously very close to him, seemed to say so maybe that's it.
Wolves like Boots want Crawford to put himself to the test again. Some people say Crawford doesn't have anything else to prove, but fans want to see if the old lion can tame the young one. Boxing is popular because it brings together people of all ages. There will be a lot of problems for Crawford if he ever tries to fight Ennis.
trainer, do you feel like he should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
Well,
win?
you know what? He made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Training camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, it'd be a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself, yeah, I don't mind.
How do you think the fight will go? Crawford is a great switch hitter. He knows how to fight in both the traditional and southpaw styles. He downloads the styles of his opponents, studies them round after round, and wins in the end.
Ennis is the guy to give Crawford like trouble in there if they were ever to fight?
I think that'll be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
I see it as the perfect way to say goodbye. Boots. He is quick, unexpected, and very athletic. He punches from strange angles. Both hands are strong enough to knock out, and he is fast enough to get around anyone. Crawford's strong points are his experience, intelligence, and poise. Boot has many benefits, such as making you young, explosive, and hungry. There would be fireworks all the time during this fight. This is the main question. Is Crawford too old to fight? He is 38 years old. Most boxers have quit or aren't even close to their old selves at that age.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today. Somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without a
It's
question.
the perfect send-off.
That's not how Crawford is, though. He's young and hardworking, and he just beat Canelo, the pound-for-pound champion. Father Time has never lost. Now is the time for Boots to beat Crawford. That's why fans are split. Some people think Crawford will teach him. Some people think Boots will retire. Do not mistake. There will be a huge fight if this conflict happens. This fight is between the older generation and the younger generation. The hero who has never lost will face off against the young killer. One man wants to be a GOAT, and the other wants to have his first moment that defines him. People will remember Crawford as the best of his time if he wins. There is no reason to argue. Boots will become the face of boxing very quickly if he wins. No matter what, the sport wins. This is where the story gets interesting. When Crawford beat Canelo, he made it sound like he might be quitting. He also said that he needed to talk to his friend. Eddie Hearn and other critics say that Crawford should quit now to keep his perfect record and leave the sport as the all-time great. But the fact that Crawford is still willing to wear boots shows that he isn't ready to give them up just yet. He's still got it, and he might want one more win for history before riding off into the sunset. Some fans want Crawford to fight David Benavidez at 168 pounds. This is yet another monster fight. But Crawford's group has already said no. They would want to keep the job they have now, take a break, and only take on tasks that are right for them.
You want to fight Canelo? Would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican monster David Benavidez? But you want Canelo? But you want Canelo?
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't. You know.
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. You know what I mean? His brother was big when I fought him. But, you know what I mean? Benavidez is a big dude. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. Like, he might be thick, you know what I mean? But he's not a big dude. You know what I mean? Like, Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then he gonna
come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like you never know. Like that's a big dude. Like you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah. So what you're saying is like, because I felt that at one point when Volkanovski was champion and had retired. You know, I had retired, and I was like, dude, the only fight that I would really want to come back for is to fight a dude. I'm 5'4". This dude's fucking 5'6", and he's pound for pound. Right. So it's like, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size them up. Yeah. You just size them up, especially when you going into a bigger weight class like that. You know what I mean? You size them up and you see, you know, your advantages and his advantages. You know, I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. You know, he might got the size, the power. You know, I feel like, you know, I got the better skills, boxing skills.
And let's be honest, Boots seems like the perfect next face. He's new, dangerous, and already involved in the Crawford versus Canelo matchup. The pros have already spoken, and they couldn't have made different points of view. Some experts think Crawford will completely beat Boots, just like he beat Errol Spence because he is smart, knowledgeable, and has a lot of experience. Others think that Boots is just too quick and young, and that he will catch Crawford in the end as age comes up. There are an equal number of fans online. The other half thinks it's time for new blood to take over, while the first half wants Crawford to finish off the next big name and become the GOAT. Now we're here. Terence Crawford has agreed to fight Jaron Ennis. He just beat Canelo Alvarez. There was no reason for Crawford to have this fight, but now everyone wants to see it. You can pick either the older master or the smaller lion. Feel free to share your thoughts below. Make sure you like this video and follow Ring Exposed. I'll see you soon.